We will turn on truth again. I'm not going in on hard mode. Cannot roll or run. I don't understand how that's even possible in this game. I just don't. I don't even understand how that would work, not being able to roll or run. I'm not going to do it now. Maybe some other time slash never. I'll try it eventually, for sure. Come on, little fan. What are you doing? Yeah. I keep the fan under my desk so it doesn't make noise in the microphone. Alright, so we're going to try iron mode with truth on. And truth just means that we can read the names and stuff. It's essentially gaining the knowledge of the place we are. So, we'll see how this turns out, because, well, my last run was close to 500 deaths. So, there's that. Open up! Oh, I can roll by pressing A? I can run by holding A? No way! This is where the Canadians are like, you can run by pressing what? And you can roll by pressing what? Because I said A at the end of my sentences. So they'd be like, what are you pressing to roll and run? A? And I'd be like, yeah. And then they're like, what? I'll stop. No problem, Z. Thanks for hanging out, man. Alright, here we go. We're going on iron mode for kicks. Which means I have one life to live like James Bond. And this guy always kills me, so this ought to be really interesting. I got him on the way back! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. If I could get through just this first section, I'll call it a success. If I can get through the first 3 bosses, I'll call it a success. If I get past the first 2, we'll see. I don't know. I think that's my success line. If I get past 3 bosses, I'll be like, yeah, I did good. I done good, coach. If I get past 4, I'll be like, I did real good, coach. Wait, this is brain. So that's ice block. We can do ice block. I'm more worried about the roly-poly son of a gun over there in the other room. So this guy, not gonna be too bad. Oh, man. Oh, no! I clipped the edge of him. That was a bad death. So that means all the bosses reset now. Isn't it fun? Am I the only one enjoying myself? Probably. Sorry. Just waiting on that text back from Whiskey. I'll give him another 10 or 15 minutes. So 1 boss fight. At least it's back to normal mode. Like, you know, they're not moving as fast, and I'm not just insured to die by every single boss. The challenge here is to not cut the bubbles a ton, because that's when you end up dying. Also not to run through the goo, because that goo, it will mess you up. It'll slow you down. Therefore you will die. Okay, this is not going as planned. He hopped on me as I shot the arrow. I have to get back to work. And Chris is here now, too. Cool. Yeah, thanks everybody for coming by and hanging out, even though, like... Even though I'm terrible at this game, and I'm sure it's not entertaining at all to play this anymore, but it is for me, so... Here I am, torturing you and myself. I am! Well, I missed. I missed the biggest form this guy can take. Got a good feeling about this. Ooh, that's bad. That's real bad. Yeah, this is not gonna end up well. Oh, he jumped as I was pulling it back. How you doing tonight, Chris? Hey, Chip, welcome back. I beat the game and I've restarted it. I restarted it on Iron mode, so every time you die, all the bosses reset. And I beat the first boss on my very first try. You can ask everybody else in here that probably wasn't watching. They were just rolling their eyes at me like, I can't believe he's doing this again. But you can ask. You can watch. You can watch the recording later. It was impressive. And then I died to the second boss. Cool. Dr. Whiskey is up for some pew pew. So we might be doing some pew pew. Cool. He'll be on in 10 minutes, which means he'll be on in half an hour, because Dr. Whiskey time is not normal time. Oh, man, I set those goals for myself to beat the first 3 bosses right after beating the first boss my first try. I got all cocky. I did not listen to the wisdom of the great Han Solo. I want to trap myself. I want a clear shot of this heart, which I got. He always jumps off. He jumps a little bit off from the rest of them. Arrgh! Dang it. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. So your beard has been growing healthily, as Leanna pointed out. You were upset that she just yanked your phone, take a picture of your beard. It's good stuff, though. Yeah, what are you up to tonight, Z? Are you gonna be streaming later? Alright. Yeah, I can finish my dream. So I had this crazy dream. I'll try to make it real short for the rest of you. I was road tripping with a YouTuber that I like. I ended up in an insane asylum. They stabbed me with some kind of needle. I escaped. They came and chased me down. They captured me, brought me back, gave me the needle and said, you need to take this. Instead of actually injecting myself, I took it and put it in my pocket and ran away. The cops grabbed me and took me to a hotel that was not actually like a police precinct or a prison. It was like a hotel. Like an old rundown hotel. This lady led me upstairs, this old woman that kind of runs the hotel, to a room full of people that were sleeping. In the middle of the night, I finally decided to inject myself with the needle, because I was like, what else do I do? I'm captured, I can't go anywhere. Stabbed myself. I ended up transforming in this very dramatic fashion. I was staring in a mirror when it was happening, so I was actually watching myself transform into a fish person from the Innsmouth Horror. If you guys know the Innsmouth Horror at all, I was actually transforming into that. The old lady came upstairs because she heard some kind of commotion, and I was perfectly normal all of a sudden. She was like, is there anything I can do for you? I'm like, no, like, everything's fine. And there's this little girl in a rocking chair, and I told her, I was like, come with me, we're going to leave, and I'm gonna take you with me. I'll take you away from this place. She pulls out a match and says, no, this is what I was meant to do. This is why I'm here, and I don't have any life left to live. Like, this is it for me. And so I understood. For some reason, I understood why she said that, and I knew that she was telling the truth. And so she throws the match on the ground. And all of a sudden there's this Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree is like, and it lights up into flames, and the tree extends. I don't know if you can hear me over the sound effects, so I'll wait. The Christmas tree lights up into fire. And it's deja vu dream storytelling. Yeah, Chip showed back up, and he wanted to hear the end of it. So this flaming Christmas tree grabs the little girl, and she just willingly lets it, like she knows it's going to happen. And I leave, I get outside, and I'm like, the cops are looking for me. I know they're still looking for me. They know I left. And then there's 3 cops walking up behind me. And I'm getting real paranoid and nervous, and I'm like, they know who I am. They're coming after me. They're just trying to sneak up on me. And I like freak out and turn around, and they're like, you okay? You all right? And then they just keep walking past me, and that's about the time when I woke up. I was just like, okay, then I'm good, like I'm safe. But yeah, it was an incredibly stressful dream, an incredibly like really horrifying dream. Especially like the most vivid images I have in my head from that dream are me staring into the mirror, watching myself transform into this hulking fish person, and then looking down and seeing my hands like mutate and grow into these giant webbed claws and talons, and then the little girl being taken in by the flaming Christmas tree. Like those images are so burnt into my mind. Like not even burnt, like that makes it sound like I'm like scarred for life. It's like, no, like those images were just so crystal clear. And of course it's one of those dreams that you just feel like it's real, you know. So anyway, we were sitting outside of Bottles, a little drunk, and she starts taking like 100 pictures of me. Well, that went well. I wasn't focused. God dang it. No more pizza. Actually, it was chili lime shrimp ramen. So don't do chili lime shrimp ramen before you go to bed unless you want awesome dreams. And by awesome, I mean horrific. Dream is crazy, and it's scary to have those dreams. I have those type of dreams all the time. Like, those are just normal. I have a dream that I still remember from a child. Like, it seems like a memory to me. Like, it's so real. About my mom, like, pulling her face off, and she was actually a Tusken Raider from Star Wars. And it was very gory, and I was a child, so I don't know why I was seeing all kinds of blood and stuff, but she eviscerated my father and then peeled her face off because she was actually wearing like a skin mask. Yay! I'm scarred because of dreams. Oh, what? I missed? Oh, you bastard heart. Oh, God. There it is. If I could beat two bosses in a row, I'd feel pretty good without dying. If I could beat the first 3, that would be a success, which is what I was saying earlier. Okay, got to center myself. I've been thinking about dreams, and I'm way off in Never Never Land. So, get back into it. There it is. You excited about the spiritual successor? Yes! I'm so excited, in fact. I don't know if you guys can hear me over the sound effects, but I can't wait. I'm so excited, in fact, that I thought about making a video about it. and about how I felt about it, and about the reveal and everything. Like it looks, it just looks like Banjo-Kazooie, ukulele. Yeah, I'm so pumped. Why are you Chip? Who are you? I thought we were friends. Yeah, ukulele, Banjo-Kazooie. Come on, like it's a Banjo-Kazoo. It's ukulele. I mean, come on. The names are awesome, and then you play as a chameleon with a bat friend. It's a bear with a bird. It's Banjo-Kazooie. They just can't use the name, you know. Like, I'm pumped. I think it looks great, and it's coming out on Wii U, which I don't really care what platform it comes out on. I'll get it, unless it's the Xbone, just because I don't have an Xbone. That would be terrible. Wow. Okay, I didn't time that right, and I got effed. So you like how 10 minutes turn into, let's see. Okay, it has been 10 minutes right now, so we'll see. We'll see if the Docker if the Docker t-shirt, Docker pants, Docker khakis gets in. Getting so distracted. I might have to record Iron Mode and do episodes of it because it takes intense focus, and I keep wanting to talk to you guys. So this might be something that I actually have to record because I really do want to play through it. I love this game. I absolutely do. I know I've said that 100 times tonight, but I really can't get enough of it. It reminds me of Shadow Colossus so much, and I really, really enjoy that game as well. Okay. Oh, the small one got me while I was pulling the arrow back. And no one can ever replace. Oh, no. It's not about replacing. Everybody says that, man. Okay, I'm putting my controller down to make like a statement to the 5 people that are in my chat room. When there's a new Star Wars, when there's a remake of RoboCop, when there's a spiritual successor. Sorry about the 3 quotes, but I'm keeping track. A spiritual successor to a game. It's not about replacing, it's about continuing, or people trying to put a new vision on the same story. Like, if you want Star Wars that you loved, go back and watch Star Wars. If you want the RoboCop that you remembered and loved, then go watch it. Like, nobody's shitting on that movie. Nobody's ruining the movie. They're not going back and rewriting it. Yes, Lucas tried. He did a few things, but you can still have access to those old things. I'm not angry. Just so many people think that, like, it has to replace what already exists, and that's not how it works. Go back and enjoy the things that you enjoy. If you don't like what's coming, then just don't deal with it. Or go watch it and say that sucked, and then go watch the real RoboCop, or go watch the real Star Wars. And I'm saying RoboCop just because it's the only one I can think of right now, but there's been so many remakes and everything, you know, like, and I'm not upset, Chip, at all. Like, it's just something that it's been on my mind a lot, and a lot of people say that stuff, and it's just like, it doesn't make a damn bit of difference. If you want to play Banjo-Kazooie, go play Banjo-Kazooie. If you want to go watch Star Wars, watch Star Wars that you love. Sorry. I'll put that back. I'll put that back inside now. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. It's just, I don't know. And Chip, you might be not getting worked up as some people do, but some people are like, I can't believe that they're doing this, and they get all riled up. You know what? Michael Bay took a big ol' heaping stinking dump all over Transformers and all over TMNT. Actually, I enjoyed the first Transformers. I'll say that. Second one, garbage. Didn't even bother watching the rest of them because I had been burned. I gave it 2 chances, and it did okay, and then it did bad. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I almost walked out of the theater because I hated it so much. But I stayed because I was with Snips and she wanted to stay, and so we stayed, and it was the longest 3 hours of my life, or whatever it was. And, you know, whenever somebody decides to make a remake of Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings are still going to exist, and the 1980s, 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoons still exist, and those movies still exist. Okay, I'm down. My soapbox is gone. I have an evil blob to kill. People just get way too wrapped up in that stuff. Maybe I'm too wrapped up in the other side of it, but I obviously feel strongly about that. A little bit stronger than I thought I did. I've boned myself here. Absolutely boned myself. This is bad. Oh, I rolled the wrong way! Oh my goodness. Oh my Lanta. He rolled. Or he jumped. Of course he jumped. Just needs to get on PC so people can mod a Banjo-Kazooie skin in the game. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure somebody will rip it, man. Somebody will get a hold of it. I know they aren't replacing them. I understand what you're saying 100%, but I just hate spiritual successors. I mean, why copy another franchise? Because the companies are going to get hate. And I'm going to have an open mind. Thanks. Well, here's the thing with that company is the people that created Banjo-Kazooie, they were part of Rare. And then Rare failed and got bought out, I believe, and then they were just never funded. Like, all those people weren't connected to Rare anymore, and they got let go when Rare's what do you call it, they disbanded Rare, and so they had no job. And now those people are coming back together. The original creators are coming back together. They can't use Rare's name. They can't use Banjo-Kazooie's name, but they know people want Banjo-Kazooie, and they want to make a new Banjo-Kazooie game. So they go out and they make Yooka-Laylee. It's they're not copying another franchise. They're continuing the one they started. For us and for them. They always wanted to make a Banjo 3. It was always a plan, and they never got to. And so this is their chance, because of all the crowdfunding and stuff. They don't need Nintendo to step back and say, yeah, you can make that. And they don't need Microsoft to step back and say, yeah, you can make Banjo-Kazooie 3E. You don't need that anymore. You just ask the people for money, and the people were like, hell yeah, I'll give you money, because tomorrow, when that Kickstarter goes live, I am going to empty my bank account. No, I'm not, but I'm going to absolutely support them, because I love Banjo-Kazooie. It's one of my favorite games from my childhood, and I want to support those creators to be able to do what they want to with the game. So I'm keeping an open mind. I'm probably incredibly overly optimistic just because of nostalgia, I guess, and how much I enjoyed that as a kid. But I would like to think that having the original creators come back together, there's going to be that same sense of adventure and fun that the original had. And I trust them with that. Oh, man. If it was some random jamoke coming along trying to make it, then, yeah, it'd probably be a little bit harder to get through, but you never know. Rare's technically still a thing owned by Microsoft, just none of the people that make Banjo-Kazooie are still there. I thought it was still around, but I just, it's not like Rare's pumping out Donkey Kong games anymore, and because they're owned by Microsoft, and Donkey Kong's a Nintendo franchise. But anyway, yeah, I figured they were still around because Banjo-Kazooie is available on the 360, whatever it's called, Xbox Live Arcade or whatever, because I have it. I downloaded it as soon as I saw it, because I didn't have my N64 anymore when that came out. But thanks for straightening that out, Zerilyn. I wasn't 100% sure if they were still around. I absolutely knew the creators were not around anymore. I split that smaller one. Which is not a good idea at all. Oh, dang it, man. Alright, come on, Whiskey, where you at, man? That's all I'm waiting on right now. I didn't know the real story, so thank you for informing me. I'll research it tomorrow and keep an open mind until I actually play it. There you go, Chip. I appreciate that. I'm glad that my opinion has at least informed you somehow. I'm not into, like, convincing people to blah, blah, blah. What do you think about Black Ops 3? Man, I I checked out a Call of Duty at Call of Duty 16 or whatever. Like I'm tired of Call of Duty games. First-person shooter games are flooding the market. There's not a whole lot of originality in it. It's why I stopped. I didn't like stop. They're fun with people. Other than that, I don't really want anything to do with them because the online multiplayer is so competitive that I feel like it's just not fun to me. It's not fun to me at all unless I have a team of people that I'm playing with, which is why I've been playing Battlefield Hardline, because I've been playing with Whiskey and some of the buddies that he's played with over the years, and I'm getting to know them, which is awesome. And that and Killing Floor, which might be playing tonight. I'm not sure exactly what we're playing tonight, but Killing Floor is pretty fun too because it reminds me of Left 4 Dead, but it's still its own thing. Call of Duty, blah 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 blah. Add number here. I'm good. I can't wait to see the soundtrack. Yeah, I'm so. Is Grant Kirkhope a part of it again? Like, I was really hoping and wishing that Grant Kirkhope was back on the soundtrack, because Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack still gets stuck in my head to this day. Like, I still whistle and hum Banjo-Kazooie music all the time. I wanted to say the thing about the Call of Duty games. The one thing that I did enjoy was when I would get in a group of people, like with Whiskey, my buddy Ryan, and even Chris. You know, we'd all get together and we'd play Aliens, the Aliens mode, or we would play the zombie mode and stuff like that. Like, those are fun in a group. Online, it's hard to convince me that it's worth playing, honestly. Shoot. Woof. No! Whew. He's bouncing this time. Last time he just slid toward me. There it is. Well, I mean, if I did say that, I don't mean that. I'm not saying that it sucks. I think it sucks applies to how many there are. It's way too much. So, Whiskey, what are you putting into my chat? Anyway, Dr. Whiskey, everybody, he's here. And I'm sure we'll start up some pew pew here in a second. But with Black Ops and Call of Duty, I think it sucks that there's so many of them. I wish that they would just, I don't know. I've heard that they're good. I've played through one campaign. It just doesn't interest me as much. I'm not into a whole lot of military stuff anyways. So, I mean, that's why Hardline is pretty cool to me, because it's more of like a cops and robbers type of deal. It's not about being in the military and USA and it's just, that's not me. That's not my thing. I'm not a military guy. You know? So I guess that's the thing that doesn't interest me, and that's why I like the zombie and the aliens modes so much, because those are fun. You can get in and you're fighting for your lives against hordes of aliens and zombies. It's not about being in the military. It's not about hoorah. You know, I think that's why I enjoy it more. I can enjoy shooters. It's just the genre of. I wouldn't even say shooters is a genre. It's a mechanic like that overwhelms one certain type of game. I guess it can be considered a genre, but then it's like, what kind of shooter? Is it Left 4 Dead, where it's kind of like a horror thriller genre? Or a horror thriller shooter, I mean? Or is it like... Shoot, man. There we go. I got the first three! I got the first three bosses! Oh, man. So, Whiskey, what do you want to do, man? Are we doing Killing Floor or Battlefield? And Chip, I will say that there are way too many Mario games, and they're all bland at this point. So I'm not fighting for Mario either, because I think Mario is boring. Super Mario Brothers 1, 3, 64, Galaxy 1 and 2, Super Mario 3D World. Yeah. I'm sick of run, shoot, get killed first-person shooters too. Oh, you guys are in TeamSpeak? Okay, cool. Let me try to take on this fourth boss. And I mean, I'm just gonna give myself like one try because I'm on Iron Man mode, so we'll see how this goes. Actually, does it save my progress this far? I think it should, but if I die, then it saves that I've died? Okay, so it saves that I've... Oh, it doesn't save until you go back to the spot. I did not know. Yeah, I'll be in TeamSpeak in a little bit. There are too many Mario games. Mario games are incredibly bland now. My favorites are like Paper Mario, which I know is an RPG, but it's still Mario. It's still good. 64 is decent. It's still one of the better ones. Galaxy is amazing. Galaxy 1 and 2 are great. Super Mario 3 is one of my favorites. 1 is obviously the classic, so... Oh, I missed my shot. Oh, it's caught behind his hand? There it is. I beat the 4 bosses! Yes! Oh, man. 4 bosses, 1 life. Oh, beautiful. That's a beautiful, beautiful end to the night. Well, not an end, because we're about to switch over to something else. 64, yeah. It was, yeah. What you were saying. 64 is, remember, because it was revolutionary. Yeah, it had the whole camera system. It had... the 3D environments. It was a brand new look at Mario and games in general. Of course, yeah. It was fun, to a certain point, but when you had to collect 100 stars to complete the game, and you run around the same environments and stuff, it's, that stuff can get old. But still it's iconic, and you gotta remember it for that. I'm trying to remember, there's another game that I was talking about recently that it's just like, you don't say bad things about this game just because it needed to happen, and I don't remember what that was. They're only making all these Call of Duties because they know people want to buy them, and not because they want... Chip, let me talk to you for a second. You hit the nail on the head. That is one of my biggest issues with that. That's why oversaturation of certain games pisses me off so much. That's why I love indie games, and I love games that people, they're making it because they want to. And they're making it because they enjoy making it. They're not making it because some corporation above them or somebody above them, whether it be one person or a whole company or whatever, said, I want more money, and this is going to make us money, and this has been making us money, so we're going to make more so that we can make more money. I don't like when they look at a game franchise and they say, that's our ticket to print money. I don't like that. So I completely agree with you there. That is one of the reasons that I do not buy Call of Duty games. It is one of the reasons I don't play them a whole lot, is because there are so many, and they're not made for the passion of the story or because they want to make them. It's because they want to make them to make money, and I'm not down with that. It's actually, I'm about to switch games. I'm about to take a short break and switch games, but I have to say that's one of the main reasons that it's taken me so long to get my Patreon rewards and my shop opened up, is because I want those things opened up so that you guys can have that stuff available. And I know that there's going to be a mutual relationship of you guys supplying me with donations in order to reach better goals and to make quality products on my channel. But it's so hard for me to press the red button to be like, send me money. Because I don't like that. I don't like asking for money. I don't like people giving me handouts. And so that's why I have such a big issue, and why it's been so hard for me to get that set up. Is of course I want to make money doing this. Of course I want to live off of this. This is incredible and it's so fun. And this could like be life-changing if I were to make this my career. But it's so hard for me to sit back and just ask you guys for money. And it really is. Like, that's sincere. So, anyway, that's why that's taking so long, for anybody who's wondering. Okay, so, I'm going to take a short break, and by short, I mean like 3 minutes. Give me 2 or 3 minutes, and I will be right back with Dr. Whiskey and the crew, and we're going to be playing either Battlefield Hardline or we're going to play Killing Floor 2, which just came out. It's exciting. It's Left 4 Dead style, all that. I really want to play Killing Floor 2, so I hope that's what we play. Anyway, let me switch over to my loading screen, and I'll see you guys in a minute.